welcome back to my channel. I'm in a different location, I know. This was my most exciting trip ever. To be honest, it's still up there. Welcome to the Thailand review experience. I'm going to share everything with you. So, what made you want to go and how did the trip come about? So Thailand for me was always a bucket list destination, like always. Planning the trip, did you use a company? I did it as a solo traveller, but then I joined part of a group tour. I actually did quite a lot of research because if I was going on my own to join a tour, I didn't want anything dodgy. I was really like cautious. And I did the Thai intro experience. So I think it was 12 days. It was a set itinerary, so I knew everything in advance. And I just had to literally arrange my flights myself. With intro travel, there's like a community Facebook page. What vaccinations did you have? The vaccinations I had was hepatitis A, hepatitis B, thyroid and cholera. Summarise your travel day. Was there any dramas? Did things go wrong? My mum and my auntie literally dropped me to Heathrow. I met Maddie at Heathrow and literally we were like little travel buddies the whole trip. So I flew to Dubai first, and then from Dubai it was to Thailand, to Bangkok first. And then we sorted our SIM cards out there. In the airport, you can just sort your SIM cards out. And like I said, it was a COVID track and trace thing. So we got like a sticker in the airport. This is just additional to the story. Like a sticker in the airport, got on a bus, had to go to some random like corner with like a little tent that you had to get a swab done and then go to the hotel to quarantine until you got your results back. A bit scared and confused when we just went to that test thing, but it was fine in the end. Everyone was in separate rooms, so I was messaging Maddie like, oh my God, have you been like, is it negative? Like, are you good to leave? And thankfully it was all good. Accommodation and locations, where did you stay? What was it like? The vibe, the conditions? So I stayed in a few different places and I'll explain as I go along. There is actually a full itinerary with intro travel, which I will link on my blog. And that has got like, it's set out for each day what you do, like I said, where you stay. So I'll link that so you can look yourself. But I'm going to explain some of my favourite parts and where we stayed and things like that. We started in Bangkok. I think we was in Bangkok for like 2-3 days. On our first day, we're just walking. Thai lady started chatting to us because they take you down the river and it's the best way to see Bangkok in a much more peaceful way. In Bangkok, we did some temple days, which was really cool. Like the Buddhas and like we met some monks. And then we did a cooking class. What was her name? May's cooking class. And got a little cooking book. We learned how to do all the cooking. That was honestly, I love cooking anyway, but it was so nice being taught like how to make traditional dishes. So we weren't in Bangkok long and it's really smelly, some of the streets. And we did Khao San Road. I think that's the one in Bangkok. We did a night out there. That was Bangkok. Cool. We went to Khao Sok because it was an overnight train. It's like a sleeper train, so there was people at the top, people at the bottom. And that's more like city Bangkok. When you then wake up and you're like in the jungle, like it's such a cool experience. It was just so green. We went to a family house and they made us food. That was really nice. I think we went and had dinner out there. That was nice. And I remember I saw fireflies for the first ever time. We did like a walk. He took us through like his garden and it was all different spices, and then went into the forest and then had a fire as if we didn't need any more heat. It was so hot. And we had like traditional like tea or something. Oh, that's it. Khao Sok is where we did the treehouse stay. Oh no, gonna have to continue this. Okay, I'm gonna get straight back into it. I did the treehouse stay, which as I was saying was unbelievable. I will put some photos in of the room. It was so peaceful. And also within Khao Sok, we went and got on a boat and we went and stayed on the floating bungalows in a place called Suratani, which was just the most incredible experience ever. That is the most peaceful place I've ever been. It's a really weird feeling because you're floating. You don't feel it too much, but you do have to get used to that feeling of being on the water a little bit because you can notice it a bit of the motion. We had some meals. I was up early. I wanted to take loads of photos, videos of the sunset, sunrise. We did kayaking around there, and sometimes they say you might be lucky to see wild elephants, but we didn't see any wild elephants, but it's fine. So from there, that is when after that we went to Koh Phangan, and that is when we had the full moon party. It was crazy. Like when you see the photos, videos, it is as mad as that. You've got the bars at the bottom, some bars that are sort of overlooking the beach. That's where we was, and it was an amazing view. There was DJs up there. It was a bit less crowded than being down on the sand because it looked amazing, but it looked chaotic. So yeah, I stayed and I admired and had fun from the balcony. It was a bit of a messy night, I'm not gonna lie. I did drink a lot, and then I suffered for it the next day. From Koh Phangan, we were going to PP, so PP Island. So you've got like the main island, and then you can island hop, so you can go to like Maya Bay, you've got Monkey Beach, there's a few around there, some really nice ones. And the sand again, the sand is just white sand, the softest sand, honestly, the softest sand I've ever felt. It was amazing. Monkey Beach, the monkeys are vicious little creatures. I watched a man get attacked and I did not want to go anywhere near them. They were so cute, and I've got these videos, but vicious. We did Maya Bay, which again, it's so picturesque. Like, you can't believe it's a real place when you're there. Photos do not do it justice. Even though they're amazing, they just don't. The water is the clearest water I've ever seen. They are trying to preserve it, so you're not allowed to go further than a certain point. If you Google Thailand, Maya Bay is most likely to come up. That is one of the most famous, most stunning bays ever. You can only get there by boat. So you've got all the boats where you get dropped off, like all wait in there for you to finish doing your viewpoint and then come back. So yeah, it's a bit busy there because it's so popular, but that was an experience. I've written my name in the sand. Fun fact, PP Island is, anyone seen The Impossible, the film The Impossible, if you've seen that, that is actually where the tsunami happened, and that is actually where it's based, on PP Island. So yeah. You get a boat from PP to Phuket, and Phuket was lovely, really nice beaches, lovely beaches, and that is where we stayed in a really nice hotel. It had like a rooftop pool and amazing views. Again, sunset there was just next level. And we went to the elephant sanctuary on the final day, and that was one of the best days of my life, because I loved elephants, but until you're up that close and personal with them, they are amazing. They're just unbelievable creatures. Like, I was not even nervous. This massive animal is literally, I was so close to it. We were washing them. Yeah, we were washing them, bathing them. You weren't allowed to ride them because it was a sanctuary, so they were looking after them. I think these two elephants were rescued from like a circus, or I'm not sure. They were quite elderly, I think. And then they've got their own little pool, and then you feed them. Then we were helping make their food. It was such a good experience. That was amazing. And then on your final day of the tour, it's sort of up to you what you do, because everyone else is then moving, either going home or into their next destination. So me and the people I'd made friends with, we went to a place called Freedom Beach, which was quite hidden away, to be honest, but I don't know what the word is. Just, there wasn't a lot of people there. It was so not popular, which was so nice, because it was just really quite an empty beach. Lucky to be able to go to. And then from there, because it curves round, so then once we got off at Freedom Beach, we actually ended up getting a boat from Freedom Beach back to where our hotel was at Phuket, because it was quicker. What was one of the funniest things? Oh yeah, something I really do remember is on the way to the floating bungalows, our boat fully broke down. Like, fully, the engine just cut out. We were fine. We were technically stranded, yeah, but there's always boats like passing people through, so thankfully it wasn't long before we got like sort of hooked on and then taken to actually the bungalows. Spending, what was the currency? In Thailand, the currency is Thailand baht. Everything was so cheap. You don't even have to worry about out there. Whatever you think you're taking is probably too much. What were the local people like, in your opinion? In my opinion, they were super friendly. Interesting history or facts. Temples. The temples were really good. Really quite interesting, actually, that we had a tour and he was linking it to his life, and I've got some really amazing photos. The temples are stunning. The architecture is just second to none, really. It's just, they're beautiful. And again, the photos don't really do it justice. When you're actually there, it is so pretty. There's flowers everywhere. They have the big gongs, which I did. I don't know if I'll find the video, but I was like, I went up to the gong and I had to. Did you get ill? Yes, I did get ill. I got really ill. I think it was from Koh Phangan, but I noticed it in PP. I was super ill. I just kept hydrated and had electrolytes. I wasn't hungry. I felt so sick, and I was sick. But anyway, I managed to recover. Meeting people. Did you meet anyone or make any connections that you've kept? Yes, I have. I basically kept in touch with everyone that was on my tour. On review, so since being back, do you agree with the comments or experiences people had said they had before you went? To be honest, I didn't have any negative reviews on, like, prior to going. So yes, I agreed with everything, because I do think it was amazing. Do you feel you took enough spending money? Yes, as I said, I think I took too much. Is there a particular thing that stood out the most for you? Like, it could be anything. Definitely it was the elephant day. It was just being that close to them and just feeling so safe, and just, it was just so surreal. They're just the most majestic creatures ever. What would you do differently next time? Okay, this, be more cautious with the ice, I think, from the full moon party. Souvenirs, photo books. I might actually do this in a separate video to show you. New outfit change, new location. I'm going to show you what I got in Thailand. So I mentioned that I did the cooking class in Bangkok. This was the cooking book. So it has the lady herself there. Just like how to make the curries we made. Tom yum soup, pad thai. You can make a little peanut sauce, pumpkin hummus. If the food was good, she was like sap sap sap. And you've got the sap sap cooking song, which I've actually only just realised 2 years later. Sap sap sap. Pet mum sap. Tom Tai Tom Lai Tai Tom. Oh, otherwise I'm literally gonna get bullied. My group, I was with 3 other girls. We did the best cooking apparently, so we got chopsticks as like a little gift to say well done, which I've never used. They're still tied together. I might just keep these in my bag when I go for sushi. But like really pretty. I love it. I got a fan. I feel like when you're in Asia you just have to buy a fan. I bought this one and I bought this one. This is the one I used everywhere. I don't know how people just... There we go. Yes, I literally had this in my bag everywhere I went. I get a magnet everywhere I go. Got a magnet. I haven't even opened this one, but I've got my family one, got my mum one, got my auntie one. Everyone got one of these, but different colour elephants. Oh yeah, I got this key ring. I think this was on my bag at one point, but it was getting ruined and it was coming apart, as you can see. It's like a little elephant. On your first night out, you get a wristband. So they sometimes do funny ones. This one, it just literally says intro Thailand, and I kept it on the whole trip. This one I think was my anklet out there. This was the little shell one. This I wore on my neck, you know, like the shell. I think I bought this out there and then just wore this. The shell necklace. I don't think I mentioned this actually, but we did do... The first day me and Maddie went on the boat trip, and the second day before the temples, with the whole group we did a boat trip. And on that boat we met a guy who I was dancing with in one of the videos from Khaosan Road. And he gives you... you've got a little keyring elephant like this. There's the colour associated with every day of the week for the day of the week that you was actually born on. So for example, my birthday, when you look back on 2000, on my date of my birthday, I was born on a Thursday, so I had an orange elephant. And then right at the end of the trip we had like a meal to say goodbye. Like 2 of the girls, that they decided to do like little awards from the trip. Everyone got like a key ring like this, and mine said Megan, most likely to be a fashion designer. I will take that any day. So yeah, that was my one. And then we all got a little photo like this, and just like... So this Muay Thai one, we did actually do Muay Thai, however you say it. Yeah, got this t-shirt. This was just from the markets, but I think because we'd done it that day and I'd actually done it out there, I wanted to get something to remember it. And I wear this all the time. And also we got an intro travel top. On the back it says all tied up. I wore this to the full moon party actually. I think I got a little dress as well. This is the little dress I got. Like, this dress is really cute. I just got it from like a little market. It's got cute patterns on it. So this is my little Thailand dress. I just forgot to show you a massive thing. Every time I've gone away, I have made a photo book. So this is my Thailand one. You would have seen all these photos throughout the vlog, video. I don't know what I'm calling this, but you would have seen all of the most of these photos. Oh yeah, look, there's our cooking. That was our cooking. That was the curries. Spaghetti bolognese, Chris. They were actually quite nice. And when I look through this book, I just can't believe that I went to these places. This was a full moon party. That was my wristband from there. This was a viewpoint we did actually in Koh Phangan, which was stunning. Best time ever. But I just had to add that in so you can see. But yeah, I just had the best time ever in Thailand. I can't recommend it enough. I can't wait to go back. I don't know if this is really bitty, this video. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. This really was my experience. It was so good. I know it was a couple years ago. I definitely recommend, if you haven't gone and it's somewhere you want to go, 100% go. If you have any questions about it, feel free to message me. Again, if you watched all the way through and you actually got here, I'm so grateful. I hope everyone has a lovely evening, day, night. I don't know when you're watching this. Thank you. Bye.